In your materials, you'll receive a folder with an instructor's guide as well as a folder with student handouts, and you can make as many copies as necessary. There are enough materials for Station 1 to set up 5 replicates. Instructors can choose to have students do the activity as a full class, in pairs, or in small groups. To set up Station 1, you will include the Station 1 folder, a bag with a full set of tubes, a styrofoam rack, a marker, and an info card keyring. You will also receive cleaning supplies. The goals for Station 1 are to introduce the students to order of draw, inversions, and tube types. For order of draw, the students will use the handout, which shows the order that the tubes must be collected based on the color of the caps from left to right. Starting with the tube with the dark blue cap and the red stripe on the label, students will put the tubes in the rack, followed by the light blue tube, then the gold tube, then the red tube, and so on to complete the order of draw. Students will use the information cards to fill in the worksheet. The information cards include information on what chemical is in the tube, how many inversions are required, and what the common tests are that are performed on that tube color. Students will fill in information for each of the colors of tubes. Each tube is like a small science experiment that starts with the mixing of the blood and the chemical in the tube. This is called an inversion. An inversion starts when the tube is held with the colored cap facing up, turned all the way down so the cap faces the bottom, and then turned back up again. This is a slow, controlled movement, not a shaking or a flicking. Each tube requires a specific number of inversions, 3, 5, or 9. The light blue tube requires 3 inversions, which would look like this. There are enough materials to set up 2 mannequin arm stations. Each station will have a mannequin arm set on a stand, along with a stand for the imitation blood solution. You'll also have a sharps container, biohazard bags, labeling tape and a pen, and hand sanitizer. The goal of Station 2 is to allow students to practice being a phlebotomist and experience filling tubes from a mannequin arm. The mannequin arm will come prepared for collection with a tourniquet attached and a warning card and a collection device secured. It's important to make sure that students do not remove the bandage or pull on the tubing or the collection device. That would dislodge the collection device and you won't be able to fill any tubes. If you have any difficulties filling tubes, send an email to the contacts for Mayo Clinic in the instructor's guide so that we can repair the mannequin arms. As a safety note, there is a sharp needle inside the collection device. It's very important that students do not reach their fingers inside the plastic collection device. Each mannequin arm comes with 2 sets of tubing attached with an IV bag solution connected to each set of tubing. Ensure that both sets of tubing are fully closed to begin, and then fill one of the bags with 300 ml of the imitation blood solution provided. Once the bag is filled, make sure that the cap is fully closed and the tab is secure. This will prevent leaks. Hang the full bag of solution on the post and then open the clamp on the tubing set. Note that when the clamp is open, the tubing isn't pinched and the fluid is free-flowing. Check to confirm that the tubing on the other bag is still closed. Note that the tubing should be fully pinched off and no fluid should be flowing. We have provided safety materials for this lesson. This is just so that your students can get a feel for what it's like to be a phlebotomist. There are no safety concerns for biohazards in this lesson. Each student will be allowed to have a lab coat, gloves, and safety glasses. This is the material that a phlebotomist would use to do a draw. For your safety glasses, they come with a reusable frame and an individual single-use shield. For the shield, remove the plastic covering and attach the shield to the reusable frame. When students have completed the exercise, they will discard the shield in the garbage and save the reusable frame. It can be wiped down with a provided Lysol wipe for future use. Provided in your kit are 10 patient profile folders. There are 2 folders for each of 5 different patient profiles. Each folder includes a description of a patient and the types of tests that they need to have drawn, along with a worksheet and lab results. Your students will also get a marker and a set of cleaning supplies. Students will use the information sheet in the profile folder to answer worksheet 2. At the bottom of the patient profile, there are tests that are ordered, marked in bullet points. Students will fill in worksheet 2 with the tests ordered and then reference their information they learned in station 1 from worksheet 1 to fill in tube color needed and inversions required. After the students fill the tubes with the mannequin arm, they will be able to fill in the lab results column and answer the questions. Make sure that students do not open the lab results folder until instructed to do so after they've completed the activity. Have students collect the 3 tubes required for their patient profile, and then they can go to the mannequin arm station. The students will put their 3 tubes in the colored rack according to the correct order of draw. Then students can put on their safety material, their lab coat, their safety glasses, have them use the hand sanitizer, and put on gloves. When students are ready to start filling their tubes, ensure that the clasp is open on the tubing set for the mannequin arm. Students will fill their tubes according to the order of draw. Each tube gets placed into the collection device. Again, ensure that students do not put their fingers in the collection device. The tubes will automatically fill to the correct volume. When blood stops flowing into the tube, the student will pull it out of the collection device and do the inversions. Then they'll fill the next tube and complete the inversions until all 3 tubes are filled and inverted. When the students are finished with their collection, they will label the tubes using the labeling tape and pen. They'll put the patient profile number, the date, and their initials on each label. Once the tubes are labeled, the students will put all of the labeled tubes inside a single biohazard bag. The biohazard bag is important because once the tubes are filled, there's no way to determine whether or not the tubes are filled with real blood, or in this case, our imitation fake blood solution. The filled tubes in the bag will be sent to the lab by the student. In this lesson, that means the students will give their bag to their instructor for proper disposal. Once that is completed, the instructor can let the students know that they can return to their patient profile folder and open the lab results. They will then be able to complete worksheet 2. When the students have completed their activity, the instructors may want to have students share their patient profile results with the class. Instructors can also determine how many patient profiles each student or group of students should complete. At the end of the activity, there's also a reflection included in each student handout. You may choose to have the students complete this activity individually, turn it in for credit, or use it as a discussion for the class. At the end of the lesson, use the provided cleaning supplies to clear off all of the worksheets and then ensure that all of the correct materials end up back in each of the folders for Station 1 and for Station 2. Then the instructor should make sure that all of the biohazard bags with tubes are placed in the sharps container for return and proper disposal. It's important to make sure that the biohazard bags do not end up in the classroom garbage. To pack the mannequin arms back up for transport, ensure that all of the clamps on the tubes are closed, including the clamps to both of the IV bags and the clamp to the collection device.